Hey, welcome back to Global Issues class. We continue with immigration today. Yesterday, you looked at, hopefully, again, kind of a fun lesson. It was fun to put together. Some video clips showing stereotypes and discrimination that immigrants faced. And then you had to do some research about a couple immigrant groups and the stereotypes and discrimination that they faced. So today we're going to look at the process of becoming an immigrant or coming to America, and then after that, the process of becoming a citizen. Because that's generally the goal of almost every immigrant to the United States, is to eventually gain citizenship. So what's the process there? So there's several pieces. In this video, it's going to be a little bit longer today. I'm going to tell you just quickly the story of my grandma. I think it's a good illustration of kind of how it worked, and to show you that this isn't just in some textbook. This isn't just in a handout you're going to read. This happened to real people. And in fact, you might even have an ancestor or somebody that you know that also has come here as an immigrant. I've put together a handout with just the basic steps and a few important facts about how to become an immigrant and then how to become a citizen. Then I've attached a sample citizenship test. There's more details in the handout about it, so I won't tell you anything more. This is just for participation, okay? But I want you to get a feel for what would it be like to take the test that an immigrant would have to take, okay, to gain citizenship. And then there's a short video clip from a movie, actually from The Godfather Part 2, that shows, just a 5-minute video clip, a great visual of what it would be like to immigrate to the U.S. in the early 1900s. All right, so just, again, try to give you the overall process, not only obviously modern process, but a feel of what it was like for these immigrants back in history to come here to the U.S. So, all right, a little bit about my grandma's story. She was between 1 and 2 years of age when her family came here to the United States. And in fact, her dad and older brother, who was like 16 or 17, they came to the U.S. first. And for 2 or 3 years, they lived here and worked. Sorry, not 2 or 3 years, because my grandma wouldn't have been born. For about 2 years, right, just after my grandma was conceived, my grandpa came over here and worked. And they sent money back to the family to bring then the other brothers and sisters and my great-grandmother to the U.S. So here's my great-grandmother, right? She's on the ship for several weeks, and she had 3 little kids, right? My grandmother being the youngest at about 1.5 years of age. And so they arrive here, and they go through Ellis Island, right? They would have seen the Statue of Liberty right there in New York Harbor, and they get unloaded in Ellis Island, and they come up to the front of the desk. And kind of the cool part of my grandma's story is that her Dutch name was, and I'll butcher this, Henrike. I can't really say it. I don't speak Dutch. But it's got a weird sound in the back of your throat. Henrike. And there's no equivalent to it in English. And so they chose to give her an English name as she entered the United States. And so her English name was Anne. All right, so instead of Henrike, she became Anne Van Ink. All right, and that was very common. Many families that had difficult last names or maybe strange first names used the opportunity to Americanize their name so that they wouldn't stick out in society. So anyways, that's kind of the story. She immigrated here when she was not even quite 2 years of age. Her parents never really learned to speak very good English at all. But she was first generation American, and we've even traveled back to a few years ago when I was in college. My family traveled back to Ellis Island, and I'll attach below on a page or a link. I'll attach a couple pictures of me next to the immigrant wall of honor with her name carved into it, which is anybody that immigrated through Ellis Island can have their name carved on that wall. So I've got a cool connection to immigration in my family, and I'm hoping that in the assignment that a few of you will also have kind of cool connections, and you'll be willing to share at least briefly some of those details with me. So again, you've got a couple more resources to go through, and then some questions about the process of immigration.